Mystic Michaela spiritual family. Welcome to Know Your Aura with Mystic Michaela today. We are talking about your aura and the energy of money, how the two communicate, how we can get the messages from the universe in different ways monetarily. But first, hey, Scotty.
Hey, guys.
All right, so first I'm going to talk about money in the 3D and money in the 5D.
Okay, so let's just review.
Yes.
For people like me who need the review. 3D versus 5D. What's
Okay.
3D? What's 5D?
3D, to me, the way I use that term, other people might use it different, is that's our physical reality, okay? We're biological beings. We're souls stuffed in these human biological bodies, and we have needs. We have needs that require food and, housing and social constructs and whatever. And it's hard because our soul self and our 3D self, which is more ego projected, don't always agree. So our ego projection is society. That is the 3D. So that's the way our government's set up, or the institutions of school, or just how we exchange ideas and services. It's all very 3D in this world, and that's why things can feel superficial or not real or not fair or not abundant, because that's the 3D. Now the 5D is the world of our souls, which actually exists all the time, just in a different plane, in a plane we can't see, but in one that we definitely connect with kind of the higher concepts like love and compassion and empathy and understanding that, there's abundance for everybody and we're all worth something because we're light and we're here. So that's more the 5D. So it's just coming together and understanding what is money in the 3D and what is it actually in the 5D.
Well, when I think of the 3D, there's nothing more 3D than money. Yeah. Money is probably the most 3D thing that our society has come up with. Yeah. Right? Correct?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So the way I think about it is money has become this like tool for survival.
Right.
Like maybe we used to, this is my very sad history.
Going back to the Sumerians.
Yeah, right. Like if you think about it, we used to be responsible. All right, you farm, you hunt, you gather, you create, you make, you bring your own survival to yourself with your skills and your energy and your effort.
Correct.
Now you have to go outside of yourself, earn paper, use that. Now it's not even paper. Earn like numbers on your phone, for, linked to your bank account.
Right.
Earn that somehow, and then use that. So it's like become kind of like an outside of yourself, so that you can buy these things that we used to be able to do ourselves.
Right. Okay. So if we go back in history, let's say we go back to the Sumerians.
Okay.
And then you were self-sufficient, so you did everything. Let's say you were just a farmer or whatever.
Right.
At some point, you probably did most things yourself.
Yeah.
But then you might have needed a few things.
Right.
So they came up with a system called like barter system.
Okay.
So maybe you would have traded your service for someone else's service.
Right.
But then eventually, over time, and after many years of civilization, basically people could either do one skill, or now they could do no skill for themselves, and now they have to actually purchase everything.
So there's more dependence.
More dependency, right?
Right.
So, like, I'm not a plumber. If I need, I do try to fix things myself here.
We sure do try.
Right. But if I can't do it, I'm going to have to hire someone to come to my house, give their time, drive here, and then I pay them with the paper, whatever you want to call it, paper.
Yeah, exactly.
Money.
So they've taken money in the 3D has become this entrapment.
Correct.
Because they've taken us outside of ourselves to get things done.
Right.
And in the 5D, it's more of a spiritual construct. It's kind of a way, it's one of the many ways the universe will use to communicate back to you what your overall idea already is of yourself. So I guess money is like very necessary for physical life, obviously.
Yeah,
like sometimes some spiritual people will be like, money's, manifest it, just comes. Like, no, money is definitely necessary to survive, and I would never discredit that, but also two things can be true. It's very tied to spiritual constructs, and it's super duper a mirror of your own self-esteem, how you think about yourself, how you think the world works. It's so tied to how money comes to you in the same way. Like money's not real.
Right.
It is real.
It is.
But then it's not real.
But it's not.
But it's so they've put us in this spot where we are just, I guess, outsourcing ourselves to like this 3D ego projection of worth, if
Right.
that makes sense.
Yeah, that really does make sense. I mean, I never knew like the difference between 3D and 5D until we started doing this podcast.
Yeah.
But I would actually say, and this might be weird for a red, that I actually take a more of a I've always had the 5D approach to money.
Right.
I always knew that money is ridiculous. I always would, I always tell my students, and I always tell myself, like, if we all wake up tomorrow and we all consciously just say, this paper is worth nothing. It is worth nothing.
Yeah.
Then everything becomes equal. We all become equivalent.
Wow.
Meaning, like, the only thing that keeps, like, we'll just say billionaires and multi-millionaires in their spot in society with all the power is us giving it over to them because of this thing created, this thing called money.
Right.
But if we all tomorrow were to wake up and say, hey, money's not real.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos becomes equivalent to you.
Right.
Which he really is equivalent to you.
Yeah, he already is.
He's not better than you.
On the 5D plane.
Right,
yeah.
on the 5, and that's,
Right.
and I've always had that approach to it. I didn't understand it because I didn't know what the 5D was.
Right.
But it always bothered me. And I always say, maybe one day we'll all just wake up and money's meaningless.
Yeah.
But we have to collectively, of course, do that. It's not going to happen.
Right.
Unfortunately, we're not all waking up tomorrow. But truly, it is something that just keeps you in a spot.
That's like in our soul identities,
Right.
money is meaningless. It's
Right.
really weird.
Yeah, and I've always felt that.
And that's why a
Meaningless.
lot of, I feel like, highly intuitive and spiritual people, or a lot of, people who live with the empath auras, they ignore money.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't know. I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
this experience is worth way more than what my bank account says.
Yeah.
Which is really great for the 5D, but really not good for the 3D. So the balance can be hard.
Yeah.
It can be really hard. And the other thing is, like, money is like this universal, it's like a mirror. So it's very dependent on the subconscious thoughts and agreements you already hold on yourself. So considering, this is why people who have money keep it and don't stay that way. It's really hard to jump into a different socioeconomic class, and that's because of a lot of different things, but mentality and also ideas on money and how you're treated by society can also give you, oh, well, I'm only worth this much, or, oh, it only works out for me because I'm this race or gender or class, and so I only should get this much. So it's such a mirror that it agrees with you and it will give you what you expect. But it's really hard to pop out of that in the 3D mindset at the same time, because that is how things work in the 3D. It does matter who you are, what you look like, where you're from, and how you get treated. That is the truth, unfortunately. Whereas in the 5D, that doesn't matter. Yeah. But, we're here. So it's confusing. And I don't even have like a crazy solution except just validating it.
Yeah, right. I don't think there is an answer to that.
But
it's just what's been created.
Yes. But I guess, how do we try to free ourselves a bit?
Yeah.
And this is where I wanted to talk about in this economy. In this economy.
With gas at $4.55. It's so weird. Like, gas unites people. Gas prices unite people.
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know what it is. But for some reason, when gas hits a certain point,
right,
everybody is united. And all of a sudden, we all hate the other side.
Right. It's like, you know what? We all agree on this.
Yeah, it's like they can, politicians could do this,
right.
and this. And,
I know.
Some people will say a peep and other people will just say nothing.
Right.
But when it comes to gas prices, whatever, I don't understand. I wish I know the answer to this. But we all unite on it.
It's
true. And then we all get upset.
It's true. I think a lot of people were like upset before that. Yeah, but for some,
then the other people come in.
Then all of a sudden, like the fringe are like, right.
I don't.
So
what is it?
This segment is called "In This Economy," which is if you say that at any time in any social situation, it just can start a whole thing.
Okay.
But so in this economy, so here, right now, everything is flipping expensive, and that's why I wanted to do this episode, honestly, because I need you all to know, and I know you know this, but I really need you, really to know this. I really want you to hear this. Money is not real. Yeah. And your identity has nothing to do with what your bank account says, especially, and it's nowhere more visible than now. Like, if you can't afford a house, That doesn't mean you suck as a person or you did something wrong.
No.
You know, the whole system is created to keep us down and scrambling and scurrying and hustling and so preoccupied that we can't work on ourselves to further ourselves in ways that actually help.
Yeah.
So release yourself from any sort of guilt like, oh, I can't afford to send my kid to this school, or I can't afford to live in this neighborhood, or I can't afford to have these shoes that all the other kids have to fit in. Like, yes, it's in the 3D, these things matter because they help us fit in or open the door sometimes in different places or provide experiences that we might need to further ourselves in the 3D. But if you can't do it, it doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. I just need you to know that.
Yeah, and from a 3D perspective, it's stacked against you. The odds are not in your favor.
House rules.
Yeah, the house rules. It's difficult to get out of the level that you were, I guess, born into.
It's really hard. It's really hard to like sit there and when you kind of take an observing approach to it, you're like, whoa. You know, it's like just, it can really depress you, but you can free yourself of it by saying, I don't own it.
Yeah.
I don't own the labels that they're trying to give me to keep me, you know, productive for their sake, not mine. You know, I refuse. My freedom comes in. I don't want that. I don't need it. I don't own it. You know, like I don't own that label. And it's harder for some aura colors than others to wrap their head around, which we're going to get into.
Yeah, I think we're going to go through all the colors in this segment. Yeah, no, it is difficult. I mean, just from you're looking at the 3D, I mean, it is designed to keep you in place. I mean, if you think about it every day, every minute of every day, unless you're Indigo and hiding under your covers, people are trying to take the money from you.
Yeah.
Even when you watch TV now, I was watching show on Amazon.
On Prime.
Yeah, Prime. And then all of a sudden there pops up like, buy Tide. Like, all you have to do is press the button and you get Tide delivered to your door.
Everyone, get ready for this rant.
So even now, like that used to be maybe like a safe time where like you can't buy it. Like, oh, I'm just watching TV. I'm in bed. It's 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Watching my House Hunters or whatever.
Right.
And I can't spend any money here. No one can get any money out of me.
Yeah.
And then there it is. There's a button that says, just press this button and you get the Tide delivered to you.
So easy.
So every single minute of every single day, there is someone or something trying to take this money from you to keep you in that same position.
But it's like when the big corporations do it, that's like small businesses, like the little guys, like I feel like that's like back to the exchanges of like you were talking about the Sumerians, you know what I mean? Like that's one thing, which I'm going to talk about that too. But like these big like conglomerates are just coming for us. Yeah. And, you know, and they're part of it.
Yeah. I mean, I could go out on a whole rant on this, but like just insurance.
My gosh.
If you just took,
this is a red rant.
If you really think about it, I did this a few times and I looked into how much of our income goes to paying insurances, whether it's car insurance, homeowners insurance, health insurance. Everything is like, they almost have it, it's like so fear-based too. Because insurance is for fear, right? The fear that your house is going to blow up.
Yeah.
The fear that, your car is going to explode.
Right.
All these fears keep you paying these huge insurance premiums. And if you really look at it and you add it up, man, go out. If you're at home, do this. Add up all your insurance that you pay for insurance in every year.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I've done it, and it's just sick.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait a second. And then basically, for the most part, once in a while, yes, something does happen and you read it. But for the most part, you're just paying it.
Yeah.
You're just paying these premiums every month.
Yeah.
And you get nothing in return.
Yeah. Yeah, and you hope you never get the return.
And and you're exactly.
Yeah.
You don't want to get the return. Yeah, for health insurance, you don't want to get to the...
Because it's worse.
Right, because then it's a worse scenario.
Or even homeowners, like you don't want to deal with that, but it's true.
If you really, truly think about all that you pay for insurance a year, that in itself is going to keep you down.
I'm surprised they don't have like more insurance, like apocalypse insurance.
Oh, I'm sure they do. They have insurance for everything. I'm like anti-insurance. So I'm a red. I roll the dice.
You're a roll the dice.
Yeah, I roll the dice. So if our house explodes,
oh God, knock on wood.
Yeah, we're
All right, when we come back, we're going to talk about different auras and how they handle money concepts. What a fitting sponsor for today, Rocket Money. I mean, it is very overwhelming for me to organize my finances. I literally have avoided looking at my bank account just because I get overwhelmed and I don't feel like I have the skills to really put things together. Well, Rocket Money has automatic transaction categorization across accounts, plus customizable categories and tags to reveal spending patterns. It sets budgets and goals and gives you personalized insights and regular reports. And then you can receive real-time alerts for large transactions or upcoming bills, refunds, low balances. Users who create a financial goal with Rocket Money save over $70 on average within the first 30 days. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Let Rocket Money help you reach your financial goals faster. Join rocketmoney.com/KYA. That's rocketmoney.com/KYA. rocketmoney.com/KYA. Hey, Scotty.
Hey, guys.
Okay, so I'm doing a new workshop. What's my word? Workshop 3, and we're talking about all sorts of things. But one of the things we were talking about is money. And I always get excited when I do a workshop because I get so much insight from all you guys. So I asked them about following your aura dollar. So taking a look at your bank account and being like, ooh, like what patterns here can I relate back to my aura? Which is just like it's like a less, I think, stressful way to look at your budgeting. That doesn't, it's kind of a more, for me as a purple, that's a more fun way to me to consider like spending versus the more traditional way of looking at it, because that's boring to me.
All right. So you want to go through the colors?
So I want to go through the colors and just and this is supposed to be more kind of like fun.
All right.
You know, and obviously this changes and these are general patterns, but I took the observations from the group. Okay. So I'm going to start with greens.
Okay.
So I noticed with greens, a big pattern is spending must make sense. Like even if it's their own logic, like it's logic that makes sense to them. It's not necessarily logic that makes sense to other people, but it has to be logic that makes sense to them. Like if they have a coffee habit, you know, in the morning at that one place, they're like, well, that's how I get my day going. Or that is, you know, I've decided that matcha is good for me and this is the best place that has it. Therefore I need it, you know, or if sometimes with greens, it's like, well, this is the right technology to have. And then this, you know, I'm going to spend the money on this technology. So they come up, it's not impulse. It's like a very solid reasoning behind it. Also, I noticed with the greens, they seem to think investing and planning for money and use, you know, kind of like systems with their own money or retirement or whatever. That's actually fun for them, not boring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And greens usually, money does come to them? Or usually?
Yeah. So money coming, that's a good one. Yeah. We can do that for each one too. Yeah. So greens, when they're balanced, I notice that when they are focused with fun on something or something's fun for them or challenging or they're focused, money's an afterthought. Like when greens are balanced and they're in a good spot, like to them, it's just money is like, oh yeah, of course. Obviously I'm going to, it's not even something they consider. They're just like, yeah, obviously I'm going to make money. Like, obviously, like when they're just focused on the passion or make something a passion, money just kind of comes. Okay. Because they just logic it in. It's like, well, obviously. Also, I noticed that depending on the green, because like sometimes I have different types of greens, like the CEO green, for example, they like money, but money to them that's more like the afterthought thing. Like, of course I'm going to make money. You know, I'm the smartest person in the room and I know what I'm doing. So obviously money is coming to me. But then sometimes greens will do this thing when they have an idea or a vision of something and in their head they're already living in the future of it and they're like, yeah, this is and it hasn't made money yet, but they don't connect with that quite, if that makes sense.
Yep.
But then there are some greens that they don't care. You know, they're like, well, I live with less, or I have 2 pairs of shoes. Why would you need more? Like that. So it's enough is a very subjective term for a green.
Right. Well, this is definitely the time for greens to make money with the whole AI and technology boom. The greens are raking it in.
Yeah, the greens are.
This is their time to shine.
Leading it.
All right. What about yellow?
Yellows, I noticed the pattern being they're spenders, but they're also budgeters. They budget to be a spender. kind of like the logic thing with greens, but they're kind of funny because they have like creative logic to their spending. You know, they're like, well, I need to have, I don't know, I need to do this. I need to go to Home Goods today, and because the bathroom needs to be redone. And if the bathroom's redone, you know, and I have all the fun lighthouse, you know, decals, then whatever. Like they make their own creative logic to be a spender. Sometimes retail therapy does work for the yellows. It does make them feel better to kind of go use money to kind of spend in order to make them feel better. And I notice that when they do spend money, it's for a project or a class or something for them has to be like self-improvement based. And that seemed to be a lot in the comments for the yellows.
Okay.
But then we have blues, and I'll do indigos next, but we're doing blues first. Blues probably spend too much on gifts for other people. And I thought this was really interesting. A couple people were talking about like traveling, but only for like this one participant, she was talking about how she travels everywhere, but it's only for like weddings and stuff for other people. Like, and like if she spends all this money to go all over the place, but it's for other people.
Right.
You know? So I wonder if she wouldn't do it for herself. She'd only do it if there was the excuse of, but I have to go support my friend and support my friend and support my friend here. I thought that was really interesting. And then also I noticed the blue pattern is they actually don't like spending money on themselves, but they love spending money on other people because it's not the thing that gives them the joy. It's like the energy from the thing. So watching someone open something or watching someone feel validated, that's the actual like payment they get from spending.
So this is a little more 5D-ish?
They have like more of a 5D tendency with money, but it can get them into trouble when they feel like spending is the only way to get that. Because you can show up for people and get that same feeling without spending. But I did notice that with that, like somebody was saying also, like this one participant, she said her husband was like, give me what you want for your birthday. And it was just like a list of really small items for the house, like all under $20, but they were like for the house, like so like a compost bin, you know, like like the things they want make everyone's life better and make the house run better. So yeah, so they have a more 5D thing with money.
Okay.
Which I thought was cute.
All right. Indigo?
Indigos. So I noticed like indigos, if somebody's going to have, what's it called? Buyer's remorse. I think it's like indigos a lot. Like kind of the guilt factor comes in, like, oh, did I spend too much on myself? Am I not doing enough for other people? Should I do this? Kind of like making the Amazon wish list. I just talked about not using conglomerates, but here I am, like making your wish list, you know, online, like I want this, and then putting it in the later, you know, category instead of buying it for yourself now, that kind of thing. I do notice that indigos and blues, if they're going to do something, they're going to do it for a small business first. I feel like they get a lot of just give back from spending money in places where they feel like it's going to good use or they're giving to actual people. Like I noticed it's like good feelings come from spending money there. I also noticed, and this was like really interesting, I noticed with indigos, and I noticed this with indigo moms. So a lot of moms were expressing their guilt, of course, over I do too much delivery or too much taken or, you know, kind of convenience with food. And a lot of them were expressing they're just exhausted. They're exhausted during the day. And the thing is, indigos hold everyone's mental load all the time in themselves. So dinner comes and you make something and like two people in the family are like, I don't want that. It's like, oh, you know what? I'm just ordering in. You know, like just leave me alone. Like, so I know, so a lot of them were spending money on delivery, like DoorDash and stuff like that. I thought, but why? That's the thing. You know, you got to think like, what is it that's causing this? Am I just exhausted all day or I care too much what people think? And like dinner's just an easy way to make everyone happy.
I think also the indigo does check off the box on DoorDash, even though I don't use it, for leave at the door. Do not ring bell. I do not want to see you. Yeah. Just leave. Actually, at the end of the driveway. Leave at the end of the driveway. And then the indigo scurries out. Picks up the DoorDash, scurries back in.
Yeah. Well, their blanket's still over their head.
Exactly.
They're like a little like rat coming out.
Yeah. Sunglasses on.
Yeah. Okay. Like you're watching through the blinds. Like, did they leave? Okay. Okay. Let's go.
Go.
Let's go.
Yep. Okay.
Really funny.
All right, let's go purple.
Purples, listen, they ignore it, Money,
They just spend it.
Money's not real.
It's not real.
Money's
Spend
like,
it.
what? Like,
Yeah,
why
what is
would
it?
I not go to Paris?
Sure.
Because of numbers? That's weird. That's very 5D, though, Like, it is 5D. It's like, that's so silly to control my experience in life because fake money. That's where, like, it gets...
Yeah.
They always make sense. I'm purple, so that makes sense to me. I'm like, yeah, heck yeah. But then the other part of it is, when things come up and then you're like, oh gosh, I have to be more responsible or whatnot, or can we...
It's kind of how we all
hard.
wanna be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
well, purples are fun.
yeah. And we know they're right.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they're right.
Of
I mean,
course
they're
you're right.
totally right.
You're totally right.
It's just this ridiculous society has created it
Yeah.
being wrong.
Well, like you, just living with a red blue husband.
Yeah.
I think, and then you have 3 purples living with you.
Yes.
And then we're all like, come on, you only live once.
And then I'm like, fine.
And then, but sometimes it's hard for you. And sometimes,
is.
like, I remember once I had to tell you, I'm like, I don't know. I remember like looking at you and being like, just go with the flow. Like, it doesn't matter.
Well, what it is I have
so
to just...
used to it.
And I've been working on this. I have to draw, because I agree with it. That's the thing. I agree with it. I do take that. I really do agree more with the 5D approach. I just have to drop the logic. Sometimes that logic just gets in my way, and I can't get over the logic of it.
Right.
Like, how could you possibly do this? But I know that's 3D, and that bothers me about myself.
Well, I think you have kill switches so that you don't, screw us all over in the 3D.
Well, yeah.
Which is good.
That's it too.
You have, what are the control valves or something? Like, you're like, if I say no to this all the time, no matter what, but without thinking about it, that'll keep us safe.
Right.
Like that.
Yeah.
But what else? Purples were interesting. Oh, here's the thing with purples, though. I notice with purples, with looking at their budgets, either they'll totally ignore it, or they are the ones on the flip side of that to do the 180 as well. Like, they're either going to totally ignore it, or they're going to be like, one day look at it and be like, hey, wait a second. Hang on. I'm going to change everything. And they're actually really good because they're good at change. So they can actually take a look at their budgeting or look at their money situation and be like, hey, you know what? Things got to change and this is not going to do it. But I do notice with purples, you can't go cold turkey with stuff. You just cannot. Don't do that to yourself because you're going to have purple bombs later. So I noticed that the purples that were successful at like budgeting in the 3D were the ones that allowed for themselves to have their little treats here and there. You can't, It's not all or nothing. Turquoises, I would say turquoises are the last 2 turquoises and pinks. If anybody's leaning mostly, I mean, purples kind of, but turquoises and pinks 100% in the 5D. So turquoises, they're great with sharing, which makes it very, with our society, the ego projected society says everybody has to have their own. Okay. You have to have your own land. You have to have your own clothes. You have to have your own car. You have to have your own everything. Everybody has to have your own. One for me, none for you. Like that is really what they tell us. It feeds our fear-based egos where we're like, oh, we have to have our own thing. We have to have our own this. We have to have our own make. Turquoises aren't like that. They're like, I don't need one. The neighbor has one, or in the family, if we have one, that's enough for everybody, like that. They're just better with sharing. So they need less, which makes them kind of easier. They're harder to kind of have the entrapment situation because they don't notice it as much. But a lot of the turquoises did say that they get hyper fixated with spending. So if they get into something like plants, they're like, I need all the plants, that, or crystals. I need all the crystals. Or, if they want to go on a vacation, they're like, well, I need to see all the things here while I'm here, all of it. Like they get a little hyper fixated
on something.
Yeah.
And then they'll just spend
spend
it.
Yeah.
That's their,
if they're going to do it.
That's their Achilles heel.
Yes.
Okay.
And then pinks. So here's the thing. Pinks how do I put it? Like, not see money as real is an understatement. Like they have a joy bubble around it and they just don't worry about it. Now, of course, your other aura colors can come in and like obviously people that you live with can come in and change that mentality. But I would say the pinks at their most authentic core do not give a crap. And I noticed that with pinks, they understand that if they spend more, they get more. So I would say like pinks because they're so all in on the 5D part of it. Like when we talk about the typical manifestation money, like or manifesting abundance, that stuff probably works the best actually for them in the most lucky girl syndrome way the TikToks say. Because you got to work with who you are, though. That's not for everyone. But I feel like for the pinks, it works for them. Okay. They do have like that joy bubble with spending. And I noticed another thing with pinks. I noticed this with turquoises too, by the way. So turquoises, this might apply to you too. But with pinks, I noticed that to stay pink, you already had to ignore everybody and ignore most of 3D society anyway. So if you are an adult and you're still pink, you're really good at not hearing things. You're not good at hearing advice. You're not good at hearing anything that you're like, I don't hear it because you got good at it. So it can be hard to kind of change your ways or hear advice or hear differences because you're used to like shutting it down. So anyways.
Yeah. Oh, we skipped the reds.
Oh my God, reds. Yes. Oh my God, sorry.
I guess I'm your test.
So what would you say, Scotty, about reds?
I don't know. Am I a true red when it comes to money? That's my question now. Maybe years ago I was, but I don't know if I am. Maybe you need to flush this out for me. I mean, I guess competition, it would be my number one thing.
You want to beat the system.
Just like beat the system.
Like because you don't think it's real.
I don't think it's real.
So you like to beat it.
Because I see a lot of elements of all these colors, maybe except for the yellow, in me.
Yeah.
I really do because now. More so now than I was. I think I've worked on this over the years because I think I was like a staunch red, like would you say like maybe like 10 years ago?
Yeah,
like, real staunch red. And now I don't know because I really don't. I don't know. I can't explain it. Like to me, money is like meaningless. It really does.
Is it?
Well, in the 3D it isn't.
Right.
But I do also have those elements of like I believe that with the pink. Like now, if you spend it, it's going to come back to you. I believe that. Like a pink would believe that. I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe all these things now because it's not real to me.
But like if I'm
it's
like,
not, it's important in the 3D, but like 5D, I don't really care.
I guess that all changes though and goes out the window. Like when the three of us are like, hey, let's go to Disney. Well, Disney's greedy, Megan.
Well, yeah. Well, that's because they're greedy. That's a different story.
Parking's what? What? Like, Scott, you said money's not real.
Well, that's what I fight with this. This is the inner fight that I have, the Scott, 3D versus the 5D.
All the kids want mouse ears to go to Disney. Like, what do you need that for? Then you're going to lose it. It's the crap.
That's the logic that I guess I can't get rid of. I want to. I really want to.
Poor
but
Scott. He wants to be a pink.
But like I think I do want to be a pink. But I think like you said, there is that survival. Like I got to make. I am dealing with 3 purples.
Yeah.
And I got to make sure that this one logic color that we have going for us keeps it in check. But you guys are right. I know. Like that's my thing. I know you guys are right.
I think with reds, you guys don't like to look cheap.
Yeah. I guess
so like if it's important. Like, you'll just spend it, like that kind of thing. Yeah. Like that. But in your daily life, it's a lot of like, wait a second, questioning everything. Yeah. Like every purchase or every idea or everything. Like, what is this? Or every bill, which is not a bad thing. It's just like a lot of questioning.
I guess so.
And then I think more risk-taking with red auras a little bit. Like throwing the die, like maybe stocks or kind of gambling or like that kind of.
Yeah.
Like, well, how can we move around this? Or what's a different way? And you're not always taking the direct path, like from A to B, or this is what you do.
Yeah.
I think you like to question kind of like what everybody does and be like, well, is that the only way to do it? Is there a different way to do it? Okay. What are they trying to get out of me? That kind of thing.
Yeah, stocks are weird for like. I think with stocks, I don't take risk at all. I think I'm very conservative, to be honest.
Because
I'm too conservative.
I think because you believe yourself so much.
I believe myself 100%.
And I couldn't. Like, if I looked at, that's a great price and it'll go up, I'd be like, how do you know? And you're like, well, it's very obvious because of the XYZ stuff. And I'd be like, well, I don't see that, you know?
Yeah, but I guess was like the weird part was stocks for me, and I know every trade is attached with money, but for me, like the money, like I'd rather. I don't know if this is this must be a red thing. Like I would rather do a good trade, like know that I bought it, and I bought it at a certain price, understood why I bought it at that price, and then of course sell it at a higher price. That's how you make money. And for me, that's more important than the actual money that comes. Like the money comes with it.
Yeah.
But for me, the act of the trade where I did this, bought it, then sold it,
right.
understanding the knowledge that came with that is more like 1,000 times more important to me.
Well,
what is that?
Well, that's just like, let's go back to the Sumerians.
Okay. Back to the Sumerians.
And it's kind of like having your own hands in something.
Yeah.
Makes it more worth it. And I think that's a big red aura thing.
Okay.
I mean, it could be other aura colors too,
yeah.
but kind of like maybe hunting yourself and yeah, I got this, or I made that, or I harvested that, or like,
okay.
Like that. It's like, I did it. And that's my ownership or my legacy or my hands, my work in it. Maybe it makes you feel like you had a say or identity in there.
Yeah, maybe. But I think, and this was really good, and I think we just want everyone to go away with the feeling that, like you were saying earlier, about this economy.
Yeah.
That we don't want, don't feel bad.
Yeah.
It's
not about
tough
you
or whatever, right?
It's a system that's just
system.
like, it's very 3D.
3D.
And in the 5D, everyone has the same. It's so back to the beginning, money is 3D and it's 5D. So it's confusing.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. We'll take should we do an overtime?
Let's do overtime.
All right, let's do an overtime.
It's the end of the day. I am starving. All right, I'm so hungry. I know there's food in the fridge I should be like whipping up and cooking. I just do not have it in me. I just don't have it in me. Well, for me, eating healthy isn't a willpower problem. It's a setup problem until I found Factor. Okay. Factor has fully prepared meals. I mean, this totally solves my problem. And not only are they fully prepared and come fresh, they are delicious. Personally, this week, my favorite meal was the sun-dried tomato chicken penne. This changes all the time, but right now that is my to-date favorite meal. It has green beans and Parmesan and pearl onions. So delicious. Every meal is crafted with functional ingredients, lean proteins, colorful veggies, whole foods, healthy fats. Factor bans 175 plus ingredients. No artificial colors or sweeteners, no high fructose corn syrup, no refined seed oils, just nutrient-dense food. And it's ready in 2 minutes. Factor shops, preps, cooks, and delivers straight to your door so you have more time for everything you love to do this spring. I have really enjoyed Factor, and I know you will too. Head to factormeals.com/KYA50off and use code KYA50off to get 50% off and free daily greens per box with new subscription only while supplies last until September 27th, 2026. See website for more details. Hey, Scotty.
Hey, guys.
So this is overtime.
Overtime.
The rules of overtime.
Okay. You can go now.
Go.
Anything we say, it's on you.
It's on you.
Not us.
Not us.
Yes. If you get an energetic hole, whatever we called it last week, that's on you from listening to this.
Okay. I wish everybody saw your hand motions there as you said the word hole.
Right.
It disturbed me.
Yes, it was disturbing. That's why we don't do video. People have been asking, why don't we bring this to video? And you don't want to see the things that go on.
You don't, especially
really
what the cat does during this.
Yeah, you don't want to see all these things.
You don't want to know.
But anyway, all right,
Anyways.
I've always been fascinated with this concept of what's called a big year.
Yes.
Okay, I read a book once, a long time ago, and then they made it into a movie. It was called The Big Year.
Yeah.
And like many of you are probably like, what is he talking about? What is a big year? Well, a big year is a birding thing for birders. Mm-hmm. And what you're supposed to do, I think you're supposed to do it like once in your life. Some people do it many times, but really your big year is when you count all the birds that you've seen in that calendar year from January 1st to December 31st.
Right.
And you add up all the birds that you saw in that 1 year.
Right.
Okay, it only counts if you saw it.
Or heard it.
Or heard it, right.
Right.
And to me, like...
It's honor system.
It's all in the honor system.
Yeah.
And before technology, it really was based total honor system.
Yeah.
I mean, people must have been cheating. I have no idea. But I always thought it was the funniest thing. It brings me so much laughter when I think about people doing this and that you could just hear it and it counts.
Because they're so serious.
Because they're so serious about it.
That's why, like, if anybody cheated and it was found out,
right,
that would be bad. Like, they would attack those people because this is, like, truly their honor.
Yeah. So basically, every once in a while, I'll just be like, I'm going to do a big year this year. But I do it as a joke, and then I'm, you know this about me.
Right.
And then you're like, oh, this documentary just came out on YouTube, so you're like, we have to watch it. So
Right. So there was this, I don't know, in my travels on the internet, I happened upon this kind of like underground movie that came out last year, and it's only on YouTube, and it's called Listers, A Glimpse into Extreme Bird Watching. Yeah. I highly recommend it.
Really good.
It's about two brothers that have never done bird watching before, but then they go all in and attempt to do a big year, and they live in their van. And because they have like funny rules, like they'll never pay to sleep somewhere. It's like one of their rules. So they're in a van, and they kind of show you the world of bird watching, which now, because you read that book, and that's when you used to call a hotline and report a bird or find out what birds.
Right.
Now there's this app called eBird.
eBird, yeah.
And that's where people list all their birds, and there's and so you do it that way.
Yeah.
So it's just fascinating, and I love bird watching just for purely, I think birds are cool, and I like to just like lay outside and look at all the drama in the trees in the backyard.
Yeah.
And I like to know what their names are, but you took it to the red, and you're like, let's compete.
Yeah, here's the thing. I don't care about anything like that. I don't care what kind of bird it is. I don't care the name of the bird.
Really? I love that part.
I don't care.
I love that.
I care less. But we are going to do a big year, okay? I have proclaimed we are going to do a big year.
Yes.
Now, we're not doing it this year.
No.
And I came up, during the film, there was this couple that they do it like every year. They're insane.
Right. They keep winning.
But their kids left.
Yeah.
Now, we got a ways to go because Abby's only 11.
Right.
Bree's a little bit older. But I figured out that in 2034, okay, so that's like in 8 years, I think both of them will be in college.
Yeah, ish. Right.
So I say we plan for 2034 to be our big year.
Yeah.
We are going to do the big year.
Yeah.
Now, look, I'm going to have the Scotty rules for this big year. Okay. I am going to do it my way.
Right.
And I'm going to test these birders because the birders are so serious. I think most of them are green. They have to be green.
They're all green.
I'm going to
at the top. They're green.
I plan to mess with these people that year.
Oh God.
I'm going to put things on that list that I've seen or heard, but in Scotty fashion.
Okay.
So
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, we'll find out in 2034.
So I already started. Like I downloaded eBird.
Me too.
I downloaded. He's a copycat.
No, I did.
I downloaded the Merlin app.
I did not.
That's a bird identification app.
Do you know how hard it is for me to I hate apps.
I know.
And I downloaded the eBird app. That's like a big thing for me because I don't like to download apps.
The last one you did was like Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, and that was big too.
That was a big deal for you.
Yeah, but right now I have 7 birds.
Right.
7 birds.
7.
Just added a limpkin. I just put out a limpkin before we did this podcast.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, limpkin. I heard it. I didn't see it. I heard it.
Yeah, Scott's a little like sketchy with his adding.
Yeah. Well, these greens don't know what's coming for them in 2034.
So anyways, we were talking about this last night at dinner in front of the kids, and we're like, Dad's like, Dad, I just called him. I just called to the listeners. Dad said
it's overtime. It's overtime.
Because that's how I talk to the kids. I'm like, Dad said we're doing a big year, guys. That's what I said.
Here's the thing: they wanted to come.
Yeah. And then Bree's like, oh, when is this?
When are we doing
this?
Well,
how do do you do this? And then she was like asking all the rules because the rules are so hysterical.
It was supposed to be when we were empty nesters. But they want to come.
Yeah. But Bree wants to go.
Bree
and then Abby helped me.
Abby will definitely want to go.
Yesterday in the backyard, Abby was helping me identify like a fish crow. And then we were doing bird sounds in the backyard to see if we could call it. And it answered back. Wow. The neighbors must think we're insane. We're like in the backyard like, like that. And I love talking to birds.
Okay.
And squirrels. And I like talking to animals. Like in their voices. Right, so I feel like I'll be good at the bird calls.
I think you're going to be good at this. And look,
I'm excited. But I have to learn now. I got to get familiar with it all.
Get familiar.
Otherwise I'll get overwhelmed.
And we want everyone who's listening to this overtime to also get familiar with it. Because if 2034, we're still doing this podcast and you're still listening to this, we might see you on the trail.
The NMSF is very helpful. I put up a picture of a bird I didn't know. And everybody was like, that's a boat-tailed grackle.
A grackle?
Mm-hmm.
There's a thing called
a boat-tailed grackle.
A boat-tailed?
They're very common in Florida.
Oh.
I've seen
What's a grackle?
I'll show you.
Oh.
It just looks like a nothing black bird, but It's not.
I just saw an ibis. Putting that down right after this. I'm putting that at 8. I'm at 8.
He's more you're more competitive. Yeah. I just like to know. I don't know. I get like a kick out of seeing them.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of money, we're gonna get. Now we're gonna get the good binoculars.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get the good camera, like the one with
Speaking of money.
that goes out like 20 feet. Those cameras.
Yeah, but I feel like you're so annoying because like you're gonna be like, what's that? And you tell me you don't care.
No, I don't care.
But you'll ask me. What is everything?
Yeah, of course.
I'll tell you.
You're gonna know.
That's why I'm the overwhelmed one. I know. Also, I'll be the one holding the binoculars. No, you'll hold the binoculars. I know that. I'll be holding the camera.
You'll take the pictures.
I'll be the one listing it on the app.
No, that's why I did get the app.
I need like 5 more hands for this.
No, I'm gonna do the listing. I'm in charge of the listing because I don't trust you.
And then you told me. What did you say? Because you have to travel for this thing.
Yeah.
And you don't travel all year. You travel in like, when you can during different seasons. But sometimes birds pop up and you got to like go.
Yeah. Well,
are you going to do that?
No,
I'm like, Scott, there's a vagrant bird. That's a bird that's traveled outside of its normal range. I'm like, there's a vagrant bird in Austin.
My plan.
You going?
Probably. Well, if it's on the route I'm taking.
We need an MMSF bird. Like when we do this, we got to get the Mystic Michaela spiritual family involved.
And we'll wear our shirts on the trail.
Yeah, and then we pin where we're at. And then if that's your neighborhood, you need to come.
Right. So my plan is.
This is like I don't know who's running that GPS thing.
My plan is we fly to Arizona.
That's a great idea, though. Okay.
We fly out to Arizona.
Okay.
We hit up Arizona, and then we drive back to Florida. So we hit up all the good spots, like Arizona, New Mexico, Texas. And all of that.
Are you planning on winning? Because you can't really. That would be too hard.
To drive all the way there?
To win the big year. Oh, because you guys on eBird, they track everybody who's the top birder.
Well, like I said, I'm going to mess with a lot of them on the trails.
No.
Yeah.
No, because they'll shun you from the. They're scary. They're like the bird mafia.
If I don't get shunned, then I didn't do well.
I'm not. I won't know you. That scares me. Oh, and then there's like different years, like the lower 48.
Yeah, we're going to do lower 48.
Yeah,
lower 48.
All right.
So we only have to get 759. I think the record's 759.
If you've ever done a big year, we really want to hear from you.
I would love to. Oh, my gosh.
I feel like, yes. Oh, my gosh.
If someone's done a big year, please tell us.
Somebody must have. Or knows somebody who did.
Yeah, or
these are celebrities in the birding community. Like there are names like in that list, and like everyone knows that person.
Yeah.
You can also be like top in your county, like stuff like that. Oh, and then I want the MSF to tell us if you've ever done a big year, and then also we should have like a thread with just like pictures of birds, and then people tell me what they are because I really do need to learn these things.
Okay. Well, we have 8 years.
Yeah, I'll need that long. I take a minute. All right, guys, this podcast is for you and about you, and we're so glad you spent some time with us today.